Hello and welcome to Wildlife Cam. A shorter video this week due to flooding, but at least at the start of the week it was nice and sunny and we did get some animals. A couple of jackals on the floodplain looking to scare up some baby impala, but they're not going to get much joy out of this bachelor herd. You can see the impala are a little bit nervous, but not too frightened. So this was the last day where we had any meaningful weaver activity, unfortunately, because first of all a little group of monkeys came in, and monkeys love weaver nests. They raid them for the eggs or the babies. Now I don't think they'd laid any eggs yet, they were just finishing off their nest, but the monkeys still drove them off, and then the rain started, so we haven't seen the weavers since. Because they're so quick in putting up their nest, it only took them a few days. I don't think it's too disruptive if they have to move off. They can just wait for the weather to improve or the monkeys to disappear, and they can go and build a nest somewhere else. So that little flapping dance that the males are doing, that's how they attract the females, and if it works then she'll come and inspect the nest. The impalas have been having a very easy time of it because the lions have mostly moved off. They've split into two groups now. The one lot are hanging around near the rocky outcrop where I think they've had cubs, and the other group of lions, I don't know where they are, so there's really very little bothering the impala at the moment. So this was taken on Monday, a couple of days after the low pressure system moved in and we started getting rain. This is normally a dry riverbed called the Swartspruit, which flows into the Olifants River. So this is where it joins the river, and this is where a few months ago I filmed a video of a bunch of elephants all having fun lying down in the sand. We've had a lot more rain since I made this video. We've now had our average annual rainfall in about the last 4 days, and at the moment, even though it's only January, this is by quite a long distance the most rain we've had in a season in the 12 years that I've been here. Now about half the reserve has been cut off because of this little river. It was still crossable here, but it's gone up a long way since then. and it's not likely to drop anytime soon. We've just had so much rain, and it's been over a huge area, so people are completely cut off. We're quite lucky where we live. We're up on a little hill, so we don't have to worry about any direct flooding, and we're also on the main exit road fairly close to the main gate, so we do have access to the outside world, although it seems that roads leading elsewhere have been cut off, so we'll just have to wait and see. In the midst of it, I decided to put my inspection camera down a baboon spider hole to see if anyone was at home, and indeed there was. Very few animals to be seen. This is a frog that paid me a visit, a species I haven't seen for many years, but it seems that most of the animals have taken cover. Starting to look a bit more like rainforests of Central Africa than the very arid area that it normally is. This is the Salati River, which is a tributary of the Olifants, and you have to cross over it in order to get to Palabora. Normally it's a stream that you can walk through without getting your knees wet. So you can imagine what the Olifants River will look like with this and many others flowing into it at the moment. This is the Swartspruit again, so this is the river I drove through a few days before this, and it's now completely impassable. And I think will be for quite a while, so the half the reserve or so on the other side, well, they're stuck for the time being, and there's really nothing that can be done. Some of the lodges here had their guests evacuated with helicopters, but the rest will just have to sit it out. Looks quite peaceful from up here, but it's a massive raging torrent. It looked like it was clearing up yesterday afternoon, but then it really came down, probably the heaviest rain we've had so far, with about 200 millimeters falling overnight, and that pushed the Olifants River as well as the Swartspruit up to its highest level, and so some of the people that I know were washed out of their houses and had to move to higher ground. With so much rain over such a large area, it is going to be a while before things settle down and people start getting access to or from their properties and to the broader world, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Thanks for watching.